I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call shows that everyone is in attendance except for Nathan and Chris, and they have been excused. 4 agenda changes. Are there any? Okay, we will move to 5 consent agenda. A, February 17th, 2022 regular board meeting minutes. B, presentation of accounts and other claims against the village. If there are no questions, I would need a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve the consent agenda.
Is there a second?
I'll second it.
Roll call. Peter?
Aye.
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 Abstain, I left early.
Okay, motion passed. 6, pre-registered citizens to be heard. There are none. 7, committee reports. A, library board. Pat?
We met this past Tuesday, the 24th, I believe was the date. We approved the annual report that's submitted to OWLs, and Christina King attended her first meeting of the board. I just wanted to also mention that we are planning our book sale for May 13th and 14th, Friday and Saturday. And I can't read my writing right here. Oh, we met to update and finalize the Recreation Scholarship Fund application. So that's set between Mike Workus, Tony Fannin, and myself. We've been emailing, and so that's all finalized now. And Friends will be the financial handler.
Any questions for Pat? Okay, 8, unfinished business from previous meetings. There is none. 9, new business. A, R-5-22, resolution amending reserve fund.
Nathan said just to refer to his report in the packet. That should explain, there was just a mistake that he found. It's way on the bottom of his information.
Does anyone have any questions? Okay, then we would need a motion.
I'll make a motion to, for R-5-22, resolution amending the reserve fund.
Is there a second?
I'll second it.
Roll call. Peter?
Aye.
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 Motion carried. B, as Arizin blower replacement at the wastewater treatment plant?
Arson,
Arzen?
yes.
Sorry. That was a hard one.
We had a blower go down and approval for 5,395. We actually had a blower that needed to be repaired. So this is a cost savings of approximately $4,100. So, so this would be the bill for repair of that existing casing, I guess you would say, for the blower.
A replacement.
Yep.
I'll make a motion to approve Arson USA Corp. For replacement of the blower in the amount of $5,395.
I'll second.
Roll call. Peter?
Aye.
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 Motion carried. C, wastewater treatment plant and water data system upgrade.
All right, what this is here, this has been going on for a couple years, prior to me coming here. Looking at our SCADA system, Energetics, who we currently use, for all the data, all the information within our SCADA system, it's time for an upgrade. It's over 10 years old. It's on Windows 97 and I believe XP. So yeah, I think it's kind of time to look at this a little differently because of security issues and the monitor, the computer itself, things like that. So what I had done is I kind of listed here what we're looking at doing, part of the project. I think the majority of it is when you look at the breakdown of the cost in that, it's pretty much in the software. So this is, when you look at gathering all the data that we need for the wastewater treatment plant and the water plant, well, wastewater plant, we use the values that are coming through this computer. And if there's any issues, the SCADA system also then will dial us out. It's almost like a 911 system in that. So it'll go through the call list and call us out. So we've had some issues here lately with it. We've repaired some of it, but it's time for an upgrade. After July, I believe it was 14th of this year, the cost of this would go up to approximately $15,000 to $17,000. So I think it's time to pull a pin on this and get us secured with our software and that too. So it's a monitor, the computer itself, software, and the cost of installation. It may not, and it should not exceed 13,000. I'm hoping that it'll be right around the 11 mark.
Give a breakdown for this.
Dollars for it? No, they did not break it down, because it's a time and materials thing, so they didn't have a breakdown on the dollars, what he had sent, of what the Win 911 system is, what the computer is, and the monitor. No, he didn't do that.
I would be curious to see that. So,
Yeah, he didn't,
They
he
just-
didn't get me that
they just said,
information,
we'll
so
do the whole thing, and they gave you one line item quote.
pretty, well, they gave me a range, so this is kind of the top end of the range, because we don't know what the labor is gonna cost.
Yeah, but the labor should be the variable. It should still be fixed for the
Equipment.
The
equipment.
equipment,
the
I
software.
would think so, sure, but
How
according to
soon,
the email, he did not do that.
how soon does this need to be done?
Soon,
What soon? Within 30 days?
well, I would say. at
So is
least
this something you wanna
within 30 days.
table until you get some finite numbers?
I would
I would
like to see
see the
a,
breakdown.
yeah, I'd like to see a breakdown.
Can you get that?
I think we need to,
I hope I can get that from him.
Well, you should be able to. If he wants a business, he'll get it. Right? I mean, our job is to, make sure that we're spending our money wisely.
Mhm.
And,
Oh,
if I'm looking at purchasing software and hardware and support services, I'd want to know what I'm spending it on. So I would recommend we just table it till the next meeting. When he comes back with finite numbers, we can discuss it and approve it.
Is there any
Everyone okay
maintenance or anything
with
like
that?
that? I mean, I'd be curious if there's any maintenance in there as well, any maintenance agreement that goes.
Well, that should be part of the quote.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'd be curious to know what the maintenance portion of that is, how many years, how many, whatever.
So you got 2 weeks enough time to get her done?
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Like,
okay, we will bring this back for the March 17th meeting then. Okay, we'll go to D. Any other miscellaneous topics for future discussion? Are there any? Okay, we'll move to 10, report of village officials. A, clerk treasurer.
And my report was in the packet.
Does anyone have any questions for Jane? The absentee ballots are for the April election, right?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, we will then move to B, Director of Public Works, Cray.
All right. So in my report here, I had given you a map in regards to a lane closure on Town Drive. The school is going to be starting here in April, either mid to the latter part of April, expanding their facility. What's gonna happen is the big building there that you see is the big portion of the building, the square portion, is actually gonna come out towards the road. So Myron Construction had approached us in regards to potential closing of a portion of Town Drive. And in discussion with Ed from Myron Construction and that, what they would like is where the parking lane is, like a 12-foot lane, to have that blocked off. It is for security reasons of the materials and also safety of the traveling public. The sidewalk will be closed off totally during construction. So I questioned him a little bit more on this, and we are looking at two-way traffic. The road's wide enough there where we can have two-way traffic and no parking. So that was the other thing, that there will be no parking along Town Drive at all. The other things that we discussed were channelizing traffic to make it a two-way traffic. So there's gonna be concrete barriers up on the north side, kind of where the cars are parking now. And to channelize traffic, there will be delineators channelizing them to go back and forth. Nathan was gonna reach out to Dairy Queen to figure out what she may want. There'll be signage. We talked about Dairy Queen blocking that off totally, because you will not, if you're going westbound, you will not be able to turn into Dairy Queen parking lot. But if you're coming from Dairy Queen parking lot, you will only be able to go right out of there. So this is just an FYI, we are not totally closing down the road, so.
When is this?
It may start mid-April, it depends on frost and when things are gonna start up with Myron.
Does the,
So mid to the latter part of April, and it'll be through, he's saying potentially November, depends on how the construction progress goes.
well, I'm assuming that, okay, so they're expanding the school building closer to the sidewalk.
Correct.
So I'm
Yep.
assuming the school has an alternate plan for their COVID testing? Because that's where you pull up and park for the
No.
COVID.
No, actually, no.
It's not.
It's not?
That's
It's on the
on
corner.
here.
That's right here.
No, it's right here, where they built the science
And-
wing back in the 80s.
Were they what?
It's right
Um,
here,
It's on the corner of
right
Oak
here. This is
In
where the
town.
COVID
in
testing
town.
is.
It's right on that corner.
Right here. This building. Well, that's all part of the big building. That's where Mr. Braumar's class was.
Yep, that's the science wing they built in the 80s.
Where all the plants are.
Where?
Right here.
So, Cray, while they're looking at that,
Actually, I have a
actually,
quick question.
Sure.
This
are we
is where the
putting any
COVID testing
additional crosswalks in? Because
just
obviously
the-
more
just the
traffic
one
is gonna
next
be,
door.
more
This is-
pedestrian
okay,
traffic
okay.
would be on
All
the
right.
south
This right
side.
here
Okay.
is the main old.
But are there gonna
textbook
be
entrance.
any
Oh,
crosswalks
okay.
that
I get
would
it. It
allow
looks like it's
somebody to
separated here
cross,
for some reason.
It's not.
Okay.
like, to the east of this?
No, we did look at crosswalk. There is none within this area, crosswalks. There really, realistically isn't any. The only crosswalks we have are at the intersection of Warner and Oak. Them are the only designated crosswalks.
So they're gonna start the construction while school's still going on?
Mhm.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a big, big project.
It's gonna be keep going until it's started again, if it's going to November.
Yeah.
Chris and I spoke, Nathan a little bit, we spoke on this, liaison officer, we all spoke together in that, so there'll be plenty of information. Us who receive emails from the school, that will go out in regards to the lane closure, so there will be a lot of PR, in regards to this project, so. We will probably have something on our website, and then again on Facebook also. That's it. The only thing to add here, there was a couple things that had came up here, for future, that'll probably be on the next agenda here, Town and Oak Engineering, and then, Miller Park. We need to discuss Miller Park a little bit more, in regards to the sign or potential naming. So, just FYI out to you guys, we should look at, cause that's gonna start up soon.
Any questions? Okay, we'll go to the police chief.
My report is also in the packet.
Are there any questions for Chris?
No, not directly, but we had discussed, last time when we met with Chris about possibly getting these reports. Cause she said she sent them to you, to Jane, she sent them to you as a spreadsheet,
Yep.
cause this is,
Yep, she called me and I need to just copy the one that we want for the 1 year, not send you guys the whole thing.
or can you send us the
Just send us the
spreadsheets,
Excel
please?
I sent you the spreadsheets in the beginning.
Oh, you did? I didn't
The
get,
end of last month, so
Okay.
I send them out somewhere in that first week.
okay,
So all 5 reports that you're asking for, I'm sending them.
okay.
Just him?
I still have a problem with my
Everybody.
mail.
Yeah, but you have 2 email accounts. Which one are you sending it to?
Probably
Village
Village
of
Hortonville, yeah,
Or personal?
The Hortonville one.
yeah.
Yeah,
Did you
do you
get
check that one?
I do, but I'm having
I
problems with
sent
my
Jack
email.
to.
I've talked to
his
Nathan
meeting,
about it.
And I think I sent yours to your, whatever,
Email.
Queen one, whatever. So,
Okay,
yeah.
I got it.
You
Yours
did too.
changed
I got it.
What?
yeah.
Yours changed too, so,
Oh, did?
I think
Yeah,
so.
I apologize, my email's a mess, I get one, because I tried to forward it, when I get one email, I get 40.
Yeah, 'cause I
Because
sent out.
it just turns into
Yeah,
40
I sent out the
messages, and it's
schedule
just a
and
joke, it's
all
just
of
a
them
joke to
all
try to
at the
figure it
same
out.
time.
Yep.
The color code for the schedule.
Any other questions?
I did get it. That's
Yeah.
Okay, we'll go to D, library director.
Our checkouts usage is increasing to, really great levels. We're seeing it almost to where we were pre-pandemic, which is really exciting because we're one of the only libraries that's doing in-person programming, and we've been doing that since last summer. So we've actually been seeing people coming from other neighboring libraries coming here and using us because their library is not offering what they want or what they need. So that's great for us. The Appleton Library announced their temporary closure and temporary move to the Best Buy on Kensington, all the way over by Calumet. So we've actually been getting Appleton patrons coming to our library already to test us out, so that for that 18-month temporary closure of Appleton, of their current building, they want to come here. The great thing about that is they're mostly Greenville and Grand Chute people, which means their tax money for the checkouts that they do here gets reimbursed to us 2 years from now. So
Come on in.
bring them in.
Come on down.
Get your hooks in.
Yes, we're hoping that people will enjoy it and will stay, and
Without
not
snacks.
transfer back.
Put out snacks, they'll stay.
Oh, we do. We have free
Yes.
coffee every day. We're trying to entice as many people in as possible. And Appleton is officially closing to the public April 13th. So these people are getting quite a big head start on the main rush. So we're hoping that they'll spread the word and tell other people.
but we've had these people interested in our programs too, so they're not coming just to check out things and pick up holds. They wanna actually participate, which is phenomenal, and we're so glad to see almost pre-pandemic numbers. Like, it's such a relief. So, we're doing great.
Any questions for Ally? No? Okay, we will go to E, attorney.
Happy to answer questions. I think I need to bring my baby into the library.
Yes.
I don't have anything to add.
Any questions? No? Okay, we'll move to F, administrator, and Nathan's report is in the packet. And just a reminder, the office is closed March 9th, right? Okay, just a reminder to everyone. Okay, G, building permit report, it is in the packet. So we will go to 11, communication and miscellaneous business. A, Blackwater Lake District News, Pat?
I think we finally are solving the issue with the harvester. It sounds like the motors that he had put on that weren't needed were removed and returned to him, which is right around $3,000 we should be receiving back from him, so that will bring us to an even. So it looks like it, once we get that money, it'll all be resolved. And they're working on the harvester now to repair it. Al and I met down at Alonzo Park today with the Pond and Lake Solutions, and I don't know if you remember, we talked about they were doing some shoreline plantings along the area from across from Quick Trip, the culvert, the inlet there, to the lake. And so we talked to him about doing some removal of the cattails, some treating of the invasive species, and then doing shoreline plantings. So that's going to be happening. He's going to be sending us an estimate to see if there might be a cheaper way to do the removal, including possibly contracting with Public Works, but we want to see how much they'll charge first. And then I would bring that to the board, or to Cray and the department first. So, and then another thing that came up is he mentioned a buffer zone would be ideal. So from where they start their plantings next to the creek, there should be ideally a 10 to 30 foot buffer zone of like native plantings. And he is going to look at grants that are available for not only that, but also for the shoreline plantings that we can pursue. This is all fresh this afternoon, so it's all news to Cray, and I haven't talked to Nathan about it either. But I know there's grants out there available, so this man that met with us was going to check some of that out. So it was productive.
Didn't the cattails have to be cut down in the winter, so we should really act on that?
They're cut right now, and they did some plantings last fall, so they want to see what's coming up, and then they're going to treat them,
Okay,
the invasives again, and then remove, and yeah,
perfect.
yeah.
Any questions?
It's going
for
to take
Pat?
time.
Okay, we'll move to B, Hortonville, Hortonia Fire District News. Nothing. C, Gold Cross Ambulance Run Report News, there's none. D, Hortonville Civic Association.
Couple of things, real quick. July 15th, Friday, 5 p.m. to 10 p.m. Saturday the 16th from noon till 10, Hortonville Homecoming, Alonzo Park. Jane would like to know if Pat will head up the kids' games again this year.
Allie, I can see you laughing over there.
She needs something.
Here.
She needs something for the kids to do. And she'd also like to know if Chris would head up the dunk tank.
Talking to a lot of different agencies, that's a liability issue, just because if our officers get hurt. And then also trying to schedule it and keep it where I don't have enough staff now that we're just at full time, so, I mean, we can look and talk into it a little bit more, but.
Well, we didn't have a lot of volunteers last time, did we?
It was a struggle, we were trying to get teachers even to volunteer.
How do you feel about sitting in the tank from noon until about 6?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Depends on how.
Tell you what, let's just visit with it. If it's not feasible, we won't do it. Okay? Or if we can get the tank, maybe we can get some local talent. Other than, huh?
Oh,
Nathan?
Will.
Jane?
They don't come to
That's
the
what happens when
meeting.
you miss a meeting, huh?
Jane?
Aren't you glad you're here?
You're gonna take
We'll
that.
volunteer them.
Cray?
Yeah, no, yeah. Depends on who's.
Tell you what. If we can get the tank, maybe we can get some, teachers or some of the local.
We only got 2 volunteers out of all those schools.
Yeah, but we started late because of COVID. Maybe if we work on it a little bit sooner, maybe we'll have some luck.
Tell the high schoolers it's community service to give their time.
We've got
They don't.
high school
What?
volunteers.
Tell the high school volunteers that it's community service to give up their time to be dunked in the
Well,
tank.
we can do that too.
Maybe an idea.
Okay, that's a good idea.
Oh, I
Tell them it's for the kids.
Yep.
Thank you.
Any
Okay,
questions
that's
for
it.
Peter? Okay, we'll go to E, Senior Activities Committee.
We met, the end of January, our core committee. On Monday, we're having a potluck and Nancy Krieger will be speaking. She is the coordinator of the classes through the ADRC, and so she'll be talking with us about what other classes are available. March 21st is our birthday party, and we're gonna have a game day, so add extra games. April, we're looking at having Hortonville history. I'm gonna be talking to Julie about the Historical Society being involved in that. We set the Autumn Fest date for Tuesday, October 11th, looking at options for speakers again. And there's some good coordination happening with the library. They're having a movie focus, looking at movies that are especially good for seniors, so Hidden Figures will be shown on the second Monday of March. And we have a calendar now that we're trying to get out every month, so including library activities, classes, and all of our activities from the senior committee. And the full committee will meet on March 24th.
Any questions for Pat? 12, comments and suggestions from citizens present. There are none.
Oh, yes, there is. As a citizen of this village, I've received a couple of complaints, and I don't know whose wheelhouse this falls into, but west of town, as you cross the creek and cross the bridge, the second house on the left, I don't know who owns it, but there have been some complaints of all the construction equipment and everything that's in the front yard. So I don't know if that falls with public safety, if it falls with the administration, if it falls with Chris's realm, I don't know. But apparently some of the equipment is infringing or crossing into the other guy's property.
Mhm.
So something needs to be done. I think this has been addressed once before
Or more.
or more. It's whatever it is, it's not being taken care
We
of, so.
probably need to bring it to Nathan and have the attorney write a
A letter?
letter on this.
By Miller Park? Is that what
There's
we're talking?
history on this.
Yeah,
There's
there's a
history.
lot of.
Without
lot of
discussing
his-
it, there's history on
Yeah,
this.
there's a
so-
lot of history, so it's
So we
something
need to
we should
address
look
this.
into.
Yeah, it hasn't been since I've been here, so it's.
So I would recommend that Nathan engage the services of our esteemed legal counsel and maybe work this out, because these people that are complaining are lifelong residents of this village. Okay? Thank you.
Okay, then we'll go to 13, and I need a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, we are now adjourned.
Do sports and have